Hi everyone, it's Petra here from Sharing Yoga. In today's class, we will look into how to do downward facing dog Adho Mukha Shvanasana correctly. Down dog is one of the most prevalent poses. If you practice any dynamic style of yoga such as vinyasa flow or hatha, the chances are that this pose appears several times during one class or one practice. Yet, it is one of the least explained yoga poses. Like, teachers expect that you already know how to do it, but if you're a beginner and no one ever explains that to you, then even if you advance in your practice, you may still repeat the same mistakes. That was certainly my case, and it took me a long time and a lot of effort to figure out how to do that correctly. And it was not easy to find teachers who would actually give me the right explanation. When students come to my classes and start practicing with me regularly, I make sure that their foundations are firm, and it's one of the things that they appreciate most. It's that, oh my God, Petra, after years of practicing, I finally know how and why. So first of all, why do you even want to practice downward facing dog? The benefits are tremendous. It's not just that it's let's say, suitable asana for transitions in your flow practice, but it actually does have many benefits. Adho Mukha Shvanasana helps you stretch the back of your body, including your legs and your back. It extends your spine, making it longer. It strengthens the upper body, especially the arms and shoulders. It refreshes your brain, calms down the nervous system, and it feels very grounding and inward going. So, are you asking whether you actually get hurt or you've got hurt if you haven't been doing this pose correctly? Well, yes and no. You will not get hurt if you do a pose incorrectly a few times, or if you take your time to explore, to feel it in your body and see how you can move in the pose and make your adjustments. That's not going to hurt you. The thing is that this pose is so prevalent. It appears 5-10 times in each and every yoga class if you practice dynamically. And it's the repetitive stress that could have a taxing effect on your body. The largest threat or the most common injury from incorrect down dog would be shoulder impingement and overstretching of your hamstrings. So let's get on the mat and we will look into how to get into your down dog correctly, how to be there with ease yet strength, and then we will explore some variations to make your practice a little bit more fun. So to start with, we're going to come into plank because plank is the best way to figure out the distance between your feet and your hands in downward facing dog, and it's also a common transition. So come into your nice plank with your hands about shoulder width and your feet about hip distance apart. And from here, we're going to push your bum up and back. And already here, look towards your hands. Press the knuckles of your fingers down into the ground. Grab the floor and push the floor away. This will help you come back. Now bend your knees generously. We're going to start by focusing on the upper body. So push your hands into the ground. This will bring the shoulders towards your ears, but here an important cue, hug the outer edges of your armpits down towards the ground. This will rotate your arms externally and make a little bit of space in between your shoulder blades. Now we maintain the strength of the upper body. Shift the sit bones up and back, lengthen the back. And then from here you can straighten your knees or keep them bent. Because your knees can totally stay bent. Heels are heavy, so don't lift your heels up. They don't have to reach the ground. It's okay if they stay just heavy above the ground, but we want to have them here. Now a common mistake is dropping really low. This can cause some pain in the shoulders. So try to exhale here and then hug the rib cage and the belly towards the spine. And the last point is your head that comes in between your upper arms, and you can tuck the chin towards the throat, look towards your thighs or knees, and make the back of your neck nice and long. Now take 5 breaths and you are good to go. Let's have a look at some variations that you can explore with your down dog. So for the first one, you're going to need a couple of blocks. And if your mat is a little bit slippery, maybe park them against the wall so you have a good support. We will use the medium level on your blocks, and you're going to put them where your hands are going to go, about shoulder width apart. So either straight on your mat, or for safety reasons, put them against the wall. And then we're going to tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog, pressing into your arms and again hugging the outer edges of your armpits down. And from this position you have a little bit more space, so your heels may come a little lower or not. You can always keep your knees bent or straight, and it's a little bit more tempting to hang in the shoulders and bring the chest a little lower. Don't do that. As you exhale, bring the spine into neutral, hug the rib cage in, and keep your spine just nice and long. Don't forget to tuck your chin towards your throat and enjoy this variation of your down dog. For head supported downward facing dog, you will need 1 block, probably on the medium level, but you will need to explore that by yourself. And it comes sort of in the middle of your mat. Come into your plank, your block is under your belly. Come into plank and press into your down dog. Knees bent or straight, hug the outer edges of your armpits down as you're pressing into the floor, and then rest your head on your block. This is a lovely variation if you need a little bit more grounding, and if you're practicing a less flowy, more hatha style, holding your poses for a moment. After a couple of breaths, you come down or continue with your practice. Whether you have wrist issues or you cannot put so much pressure onto your shoulders, or for any other reason, there is a lovely variation of down dog with a chair. So put a chair, and again you can park it against the wall for a little bit more support and security. Make sure that it's standing on your mat so it doesn't slide. Hold on to the chair, tuck the toes under, and push back into this standing variation of a down dog. Here too you can bend your knees, stick the sit bones up and back, press into your arms, hug the outer edges of your armpits down, head in line with your arms if that's possible for you. And here you can press into your feet, and then imagine you're trying to spread them away from each other to activate your outer hips. And keep your knees bent or straighten a little bit. For the supine variation of downward facing dog, indeed it's possible. You will need a wall, so bring your mat close to the wall and then sit in the first half of your yoga mat, more towards the back. Lie down onto your back unless you are already there, and extend your arms behind. You want to press your hands into the wall, so wiggle a little bit to find the right distance. And then bring your knees to chest and extend your legs up, flex your feet. Press into the wall behind you, either with your fingers, with your arms straight, or full palm if your wrist allows for that. And take a few breaths in here. This variation of down dog is little less demanding, yet it still gives you all the benefits of pressing your arms overhead, and with the wall in your way, you still practice your strength. It lengthens the spine and it stretches the back of the legs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, and if you're watching straight from YouTube, know that there is a blog post related to this video that contains all the information necessary in writing that you can save. If you follow straight from YouTube, do not forget to sign up for my YouTube channel. Connect with me on social media. All the information is down in the description. You get links to my Instagram, to my website, to my blog, and a lot more. So have a lovely day, and I can't wait to share yoga with you soon.